It's Monday, April 2nd, 7 p.m. Mountain Time, and you're listening to Cannabis Radio. And because it's Monday, you know what it is. It's the Georgia and Amy Show. Tonight we got Amy and Georgia. Producer Chris Custer. Amy paying double volume so we get a nice echo. The latest cannabis news from around the globe in the Mile High City. Tonight's guest, we got Reverend Baker talking about his Cannabis Revival Film Festival, April 16th through 18th. And tonight we have the premiere of the Mad Hatter's Glass segment with Paul and John. So let me bring on Amy and Georgia.
Woo woo!
Bring it on, he said.
I think we always bring it.
I think we bring it.
And
Well,
depending
got
on
your new
what's in the
logo.
lunch bag today.
What do you guys think about the new logo?
Well, I like it. Then we have this pregnant pause where I guess nobody else's mic was on.
Awkward pause.
I like it. It was my idea, so I'm going to be wed to it.
Very
Love
cool.
it forever and
I
ever.
love it forever
Well,
and ever,
let's
too.
thank Jason for throwing that together after Amy got kind of the initial idea going.
That's right.
so-
Thanks to Jason Love for designing our logo and putting it up there. If you don't know who the devil is and who the angel is, then you don't know Amy and I. So you'll have to just keep listening.
That just means you need to come out more. It's pretty easy to tell.
It has to be before 9 o'clock, otherwise I'm home. So.
Well, again, before we get to tonight's news, let me whip through a quick list of our sponsors. We'll have obviously more bigger ads later, but tonight we're sponsored by Canna Caregivers, Sarah Tees, Mile High Wellness, Medical Marijuana of the Rockies, No Dough Urban Garden Supply, Edson Mate and Mats, Medical Marijuana 101, Run on Grass, and Mad Hatter's Glass Shop.
That is some good sponsors right there. Thank you so much.
That is.
We're really happy. We're not happy about our news today, though. This
Well,
is
let's. Can we start out with happy, or at least
no, I
interesting?
love it. Happy is
Okay.
grand.
Interesting here locally in Colorado is the fact that Med went down. Our Medical Marijuana Enforcement Division is now down to 17 employees as of last Friday at 5 p.m. And as part of the new Med policy, it appears that they will be licensing a lot of people in the near future so that they get more money. So all those folks can come back in July. And we have been lucky enough to see many of the medical marijuana centers pretty immediately benefit from this new policy, as pretty much every center I know has gotten recent letters in the last 48 hours saying they're on.
Well, the
and
letters
come
the
pay
letters
us.
actually just state you've made it to the next phase of the process. You pay your money, which everyone, if they have the money, want to write that check. They want to write that check to be licensed. The medical marijuana center that I'm associated with also got their final inspection today. So they are doing inspections, but in talking to the inspector, he said it's him.
Yep.
By
One.
himself. He came with another person. That other person is being reassigned to gambling in Central City.
Yep.
So he'll be doing gambling.
So we're gonna see
inspections. It's going to be a
But-
different world.
It's good though, because we're going to see people get licensed, and for me, that is a good thing.
It's
I mean, y'all hung your
fantastic.
neck out there. Y'all paid your money. You should get licensed.
I do have a little insight just from the community. One of my clients, he was looking to modify or kind of submit a final application. And basically, he was told that because the majority of licenses are up for renewal at the end of this month, or now, basically, that they're not even processing those new ameliorations to
In Denver.
applications.
You're talking about the Denver.
In Denver.
Right. So Denver has gone through this process since last year, where they keep extending these licensures as they're waiting for Colorado, the state, to complete their portion of it and sign off on it and then hand them over to Denver. And so Denver has been waylaid, and most licenses expired on the 31st. And they're just saying, well, we think it's going to happen between now and the 1st of July. So, don't worry your pretty little head over it.
Yeah, Amy's all over the place tonight. She's got echoing computers.
Monday,
cell phone
deadline
going
Monday.
on.
Okay.
You guys leave my girl alone. She's all right. You're okay.
It's amazing I look the way I do right now, let me tell you.
look
Because the little
amazing.
rabbits going on in this head are, whew, it's entertaining.
The rabbits.
So-
Okay.
Generally, it's hamsters, and they're like running a wheel, and it's organized, but now it's rabbits. So there's
the
hopping
season, yeah.
going on.
So, we've seen that in Colorado, and we are moving along. And as we move along, we've unfortunately seen California get another shot today, as Oaksterdam and Blue Sky were raided, both Richard Lee places out in Oakland. Richard, brave enough to be running a place there and a university there for a long, long time. Really great guy. Also worked hard on Prop 19 last year. And damn, he was arrested this morning. We do know he is out. but not good, and we'll get more details in the near future. We don't have great details, but it's interesting to note it was like everybody showed up. We had the Oakland Police, we had the DEA, we had the IRS. It was like, who wasn't there?
Occupy showed up.
Occupy, yep, Occupy. ATF, well, I didn't see ATF, but maybe it had no booze.
So there was no
or guns
firearms?
or tobacco. Which maybe
So-
that's got, he could have blunt wraps.
So, right. So, I mean, I don't want to do a whole lot of projection, although I'm going to do a little bit of projection. I mean, the IRS piece in there makes it a little bit interesting to me. I mean,
Not really. If they're seizing financial records, they'd probably have to have the IRS there.
do you think so?
Well, if they're dealing with taxes and all that, and I mean, they'll pull everything. I mean, again, they went after Al Capone. I mean, they'll go after everything. I can't imagine that. I mean, Richard's in the spotlight more than anybody other than, the D'Angelo brothers in Harborside. So, I can't imagine he wouldn't have his act in order in that regard. But we'll see. I mean, we're going to see.
Oh, I'm not projecting that anything about it. I just think
a
it's
ton of plants. We saw plants going out of there. We saw equipment going out of there. I mean, the scary thing would be more if they decide that, growing marijuana is a federal crime, and you've been teaching thousands and thousands of people to break the law. I mean, that would kind of be the nightmare situation. But, we're going to see. And certainly if you went to Oaksterdam, you got to be feeling a little uncomfortable right now.
Right.
Because they seized all those records. But we got to thank Oaktown Live, because it got interesting today when we saw what was going on via Facebook, of course.
where everyone, CNN, headline news, forget about it. Facebook, that's where news is at.
When we realized people were having trouble, posting the Ustream link because Facebook was blocking it, and literally you couldn't post it because it said it had been ruled as, what was it, spam, Chris? As spam. And so what Chris and Jason did was get in touch with the guys doing it and link it through our My Video website and Jason's page, or Jason's channel on that, and so that we could then post that on Facebook and get the word out there directly again. And it was very interesting to watch.
So it was nice that if you were watching iCannabis Radio, you were able to see the live stream of what was going on when Facebook wasn't able to do that. So
and again, it was Oaktown Live with the guys down there risking it and filming it and getting it to us. So that was great.
So I understand that there, at the same time, just blocks away, there was a really tragic, horrible school shooting.
Yes.
It was a Christian university, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. Did they have the outcome of that, or is it resolved, or is it still ongoing?
I don't know that we have enough information about that, but it's unfortunate. I was thinking that the school shooting where you want law enforcement to be is a stark contrast to people growing a plant and teaching people how to grow a plant, in my mind. I mean, I'm happy to pay my taxes for law enforcement, but I want them to be more thoughtful about where they're spending their time. And I'd rather have them put as many forces as possible into protecting our kids and making sure that the shooter was caught and no one else was injured. The first report was that...
stop, because I can tell you exactly what it is, because we have computers in front of us. So,
interesting.
Ex-student kills 7, wounds 3.
Oh, my goodness.
At California Christian College. And that's the latest update that Chris just pulled up for us, particularly since he can now see us.
Right. So again, my point's even stronger now that 7 students at this university were killed at the same time that there's a raid going on at Oaksterdam University, and it just is so sad that our tax dollars are paying for these salaries, and that those officers weren't protecting those students. I just think it's a shame.
And we're rounding out to 10 past here. Should we bring on the Rev and get him going a little bit early so we can get an introduction in before the first round of ads?
Sure.
Sounds like a great idea.
Yeah,
Why don't you guys start talking him up as well as his girlfriend?
Yeah, we're really excited that the Reverend Baker could come all the way from his home in the north to be with us this evening and talk about his huge event that he is promoting and helping with.
Hopefully huge.
Hopefully definitely huge.
Yeah, a lot of competition in Denver come this week.
I think you picked a really good series of dates, though. You picked the intro to that week.
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
Right.
We found that out getting the venue was the cheapest nights of the week. So
Well, it's
one break.
it's the Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday of 420 week, and it'll be at Castleman's, and we will talk more in detail after the first ad break. But how did you come up with the idea?
Actually, Patrick came from Missouri, a longtime supporter of the Cannabis Revival there. Due to the tornado and whatnot, they closed it down this year. They're not having a festival, so he kind of rented the name from him and brought it over here. And we decided instead of a party, because Denver has its good fair share of a lot of, tried and true traditions here, we didn't want to compete. So we kind of went with the informational film festival.
And Castleman's was a pretty obvious choice of venues for you, I'm sure.
Yeah. Just you're kind of limited with the cannabis-friendly venues, and then your price range. You can get in the convention center because they'll pretty much take money from anyone. But we decided to keep it more in the community.
And the medical marijuana community is definitely very familiar and frequents Castleman's a lot because they do host a lot of cannabis events, and they are huge supporters of the cannabis movement, and so it's wonderful that you're able to have this event in that venue.
And they can actually provide a nice little banquet kind of style atmosphere as well too, instead of just the same old big old concert and party. So we're going to try to get a little more intimate, and we'll see how it goes. It's the first event, and we hope it goes well.
Well, we're really excited. We are going to, of course, if it's okay with you, take a break. We're going to pay some bills, and we'll be back with Reverend Baker to talk more about the Cannabis Revival Film Festival. We'd like to thank our sponsors at Nodo Urban Garden Supply, downtown Denver's finest hydroponic and organic supply center. They are located at 1330 27th Street in Denver. That is about 4.5 blocks northeast of Coors Field. 303-296-3424, NodoUrbanGardenSupply.com. Their hours are Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. We are serving the needs of commercial and hobby cultivators. Come see our friend Levi for fresh in-store brewed compost tea, free for all the customers. They carry all house and garden products, custom soil mixes, gold label cocoa, Rockwool, Horticulture, Quantum, and Gavita. Remember, 1330 27th Street in Denver, Nodo Urban Garden Supply. We'll be back in just a minute.
Medicated teas. With over 50,000 tea bags sold, Sarah's medicated teas have quickly become the most popular and most effective way to medicate without smoking. Our tea bags are made with loose leaf tea and fine hash keef. We separate into sativa, indica, hybrid, and kush medicine bases in 1/3 and 1 full gram strength. Our keef infusion process has a consistent measured dose in each bag. Sarah's medicated teas come in 20 flavors. Enjoy them hot or over ice. Sarah's medicated teas can be found in 80 MMJ centers across the state of Colorado. Sarah's medicated teas. When you need to medicate, it's tea time.
I'm Gary Johnson, and you're listening to iCannabis Radio, and I want to say, talk it up, Colorado.
The law offices of Edson, Maton, and Matz provide criminal defense, medical marijuana defense, and advice about setting up and running medical marijuana centers, optional premises cultivation operations, and infused product manufacturing businesses throughout Colorado. With offices in Denver and Aspen, we can offer assistance throughout the entire state of Colorado. Give us a call at 303-831-8188. That's 303-831-8188. Or visit us online at warrenedson.com.
Are you a runner? Are you a runner who supports marijuana legalization? Run on Grass is a group of athletes actively seeking to change our marijuana laws. We speak the truth about cannabis, bringing the message through our feet to new ears. Check out runongrass.com to find out more about us, our events, and how to join up or how to sponsor a runner. If you're in the Denver area, please join us for runs or start a group in your area. Running not your thing? Any sport can do it on grass. Runongrass.com.
Experience the healing power of flowers at the 2011 Best Meds Competition winner in Colorado Springs. Canna Caregivers off North Academy Boulevard and the Canna Center on Power South of Constitution. Call us at 719-597-6685 or 719-597-9333. Mention you heard this ad on Normal Radio and receive half off any CC concentrate purchase.
Thank you.
Welcome back, everybody. Here with Reverend Baker in lovely Georgia, Cannabis Radio. I wanted to start by kind of giving a brief introduction of Reverend Baker, his Greenfaith Ministries, and his history in this community. So if you wouldn't mind telling us a little bit about yourself.
All right, guys. Greenfaith Ministries started up in northern Colorado. We're just a local kind of community branch of a co-op that was going on in Fort Collins before everyone branched out and became, I guess, 1284 compliant. Since then, it's pretty much just been a hobby. I got a wife and some kids I have to support, so we go ahead and take care of, the family first, and then all my free time goes to the church and charity. Since we've been pretty well established in 2009, been providing free medication and food assistance to all the low-income, needy people in our area, and we've been trying to reach the state as much as possible. We just got Reverend Patrick here down in Colorado Springs to help reach out to the southern half of the state. So
that's great. So you're expanding.
Yeah, finally.
It's an important role, especially up in Fort Collins where people lost a lot of access.
Yeah, I'm going to be pretty concentrated in my home area here pretty soon.
And you're also a big sponsor of the Colorado Patients Out of Time.
Yeah.
They have been much appreciative of your support of those patients and being able to help people get their doctor's evaluation and their registry fee paid for. So they thank you so much for that.
Yeah, that's the first and most important step.
That's right. So how do you choose how you spend your charitable dollars?
First come, first serve, pretty much is it. On who the first come and first serve, we do go to the most needy first, but it's first come, first serve. We have way more demand than we have supply, sadly, at this point.
Sure.
How many people are you servicing right now, currently?
About 30 in our area. I mean, other people we help maybe once a month or once a year.
But regularly about 30 families?
Yeah.
Wow.
And then with
That's
the
amazing.
food, we reach out a lot more because we help 3 local food banks and kind of hostel-like places as well. So.
Wow. That's a lot.
Yeah.
And they're pretty receptive to working with you and collaborating?
Yeah. Panera Bread's our biggest donor. We get about $400.
Wow.
And, twice a week they call us and we go pick up all that day's leftover baked goods.
That's great. That's a lot, too. They're a very high-volume bakery.
Yeah. It took some time to get in the door with them. But, yeah, right now they're currently our only corporate sponsor.
Well, that's excellent. So how do people get in touch with you?
Either the website, greenfaithministry.com, or currently all our information, phone numbers for Patrick and mine both are on the film festival's website, which is Cannabis Revival Film Festival.com.
Great. Patrick, how many people are you helping in Colorado Springs, would you say? You have to get right up on the mic.
Well, right now it's touch and go. We're averaging probably 5 to 10 a month.
Excellent.
But we don't have the access to the Panera Bread yet because they're full on their end of day donations.
Mm-hmm.
But we're on lists. We're trying to get established. If there's some sponsors out there that is interested in sharing, please get a hold of us. We're more than anxious to share their goodness.
Excellent. So tell us a little bit more about the film festival. It's 3 days.
Yeah.
What does the schedule look like?
Right now, currently, it's going to be films all the first 3 days just with the concert, after a couple of films on the third day, Wednesday. As far as speakers, we haven't had the exact lineup yet. We're working with Rep Polis's office. Yeah, Patrick works more at that. I'm just more working on trying to get, everyone out and together. We want to bring everyone together for some type of professional, educational, socialization. Not another party or smoke out. We got plenty of good ones to go to here in state already.
I saw that you have a couple special guests coming in and maybe some local film producers or filmmakers here.
Yeah, I'll let Patrick address that. He pretty much took care of all the guests.
Yeah, we got some pretty, in the industry, I would consider them pretty high up there. We got Dr. Bob Melamede coming in Monday. He's also bringing in a film. I've not even told Brandon about this.
Breaking news.
Cannabis Science Incorporated has produced a film about their patients and the success stories. And the film that he's bringing it directly from the Arizona International Film Festival. That is the only place it is played, and then it's going to play in our film festival.
Wow.
But, the thing about the cannabis hemp plant is that, we all know that you can get high with it. We all know that people take it for medicine. But do you also know that you can drink hemp milk and have the highest omega-6s and 3s, and you can buy it at Safeway? No, people don't. You can buy hemp hearts at Costco. These things, good health shouldn't be an accident, but if people don't know where to buy the things and get it, know the nutritional value of these, how many people don't?
Right.
My biggest thing is this has all been part of our history in this country. And for some reason, it's been slowly erased away. And then you look at the job situation, our economic situation. Facts are 3 million people can go to work tomorrow. And it don't matter what the president, if it's a Republican, Democrat, or independent, all he's got to do is sign a piece of paper. And that's just breaking ground and planting seeds. When 4 months go, we harvest it, then we get a production, product. 4 months later, guess what? We can do it all over again.
Right.
That's an amazing plan, isn't it? And the bottom line is an educated society makes better educated decisions. And
I love that. Someone write that
true.
down. I mean, exactly right.
Yes. In Denver and in Colorado specifically, we possibly could have 2 issues on the ballot of legalization. We need to know more about the plant before we go legalizing it and passing laws. And, because we're got to implement laws. If we're going to get what we want, there's going to be some controlling hand over it. This is life in the United States. But would we rather be educated about the truth about the plant or live in reefer madness all the rest of our life? I think I'd rather have an education. And I don't care how you feel about it. At least open your mind, look at the facts, and if you walk away from this film festival and decide, you know what, I'm right, it's still bad, fine.
You've done your job.
Just at least look at it and look at the truth, because the truth you cannot lie and you can't fight and you can't argue, and that's what I'm going to be bringing. And the second night, we're going to have Adam Scorgi and Todd McCormick from the union, The Business Behind Getting High.
Right.
Todd McCormick, unfortunately, is not going to be able to be here, but he's going to be opening up the largest hash museum in Spain, which kind of takes precedence over being at our little film festival.
I guess.
But he's also picking up an award for Dr. Lister Grinspoon. And he's receiving an award the same night as Sir Richard Branson. So, but he's going to take some time out of his time in Spain, and he's going to give us a video Skype interview.
That'll be great.
So, the final night, we're going to have an individual by the name of Human Revolution. If anybody would like to, they can go to his website. It's called thehumanrevolution.org. And this guy writes songs about truth. He wrote a song called The Tree of Life. And in 4 minutes, 20 seconds, and it's probably not a coincidence that he cut it that short, he pretty much tells you about everything there is to know about the plant.
Wow.
From the spiritual to the medicine to the industrial, everything. If you go to the videos.
Just to summarize that, on Monday, we're looking at Dr. Bob and Cannabis Science.
Also, Shauna Banda is also going to be there. She is an author of a book called Live Free or Die.
She also has some YouTube videos, correct?
Yes.
Really passionate YouTube videos.
She cured herself of Crohn's disease when the doctors told her, go home and die. There's nothing we can do.
Wow.
And it was due to cannabis oil that she created an old vaporizer.
That's great. Yeah, her story is amazing. You'll really like her, Georgia.
And that's what I want. I want people to look at these people in the face, like Dr. Melamede. He works with these cancer patients every day.
Right.
Look in his face and tell him, nah, what you're doing ain't curing the cancer.
Be careful how you say that to Dr. Bob.
Exactly. Or look at Shauna's scars and tell her, you'd probably be alive no matter what. I just, you can knock all you want, but argue with the person that had saved their life. Right. You can't. We're also going to be doing a movie on, it's by a gentleman by the name of David Triplett. He wrote a movie called Cured 2. It's on YouTube. That's going to be our YouTube entry.
Great.
He cured himself using Rick Simpson's oil.
Oh, wow, yeah.
And that night also we got really something special.
And
Kyle
this is
Marsh.
Wednesday.
No, Monday. Kyle Marsh, he's a Denver native. He's known around town as Captain Cannabis. He wrote a wonderful movie. He produced a great movie. It's called Vitamin Cannabis. And it's the first time it's all ever been put all together. It's the first time anyone's ever seen it all. Wow. Because what he's done is he's shown YouTube pieces, but it's never been all out on YouTube. So this is technically the world premiere of his movie. We're trying to put the people together with the skeptics, not necessarily the skeptics, but those people of scientific minds.
Mm-hmm. Well, but yes, please. I mean, we all know. I mean, we can stand around. We've said this 100 times. This is the whole premise of iCannabis Radio. Exactly what you're saying is why we're here. Yeah. We can all talk to one another all day long, but preaching to the choir is doing just that. But doing what you guys are doing, this film festival is the epitome of what we need to do. We need to provide that knowledge and that education to those who don't already have it, and then they can make their decision. And if they don't listen to the facts and they decide that it's bad, okay, but we've done what we need to do. But the fact of the matter is, it is absolutely virtually impossible for any person with a heart and a soul to listen to a patient who has suffered and found relief, or even better, a cure with this medicine.
Amen.
Yeah, we're sponsoring a lot of the state politicians to go to the event, so we're hoping their staff or whoever they decide to send in their place gets some education and takes us back to the public policy of this state.
That's right.
Yeah, if you go to our website, we also got to sponsor a legislator program. We always get mad at legislators because they pass insanity laws, but yet, if they're not educated on something, how do we expect them to implement what we want them to?
Precisely.
Precisely. It's just, it don't make any sense. So what I say is, okay, let's sponsor them. Okay, let's give them 3 days, $100 tax deductible donation. Then they ain't got no excuse. Because I always like to say, ignorance can be tolerated, but stupidity cannot. And once you learn, because ignorant just means you don't know. It's fine, you can learn. But it's the stupid ones that hurt us all. It's the ones that look at the truth and refuse to accept it. Once we know our legislators have all had that opportunity, had all got the education, and then they don't do what we expect them to do, that's when we act in the voters' booth. But we must be responsible as a society and at least learn it ourselves.
Right.
So then we know what's right or wrong.
That's right.
And my target audience in this, above all, is those scientific-minded people that grew up with the reefer madness learning. Just, it's been beat in them. It's bad, it's bad. But every now and then they'll open up a magazine or they'll open up a newspaper and they'll see an article like the one about cannabis science curing the world. It was a quote here last week. It was released in the British UK news or something. A quote from Dr. Bob Melamede with the largest carcinoma I have ever seen. How many people of scientific mind can look at that and go, there's got to be something to this. There's got to be something more to this than what I've learned or what they're telling me. And those are the people that we want to reach.
You're exactly right.
Those are the ones that are the most important. Those are the ones that can make a difference. Because, and another thing, we need to have one voice with one message with one goal. We got to quit the
Has he been
infighting.
summarizing like all of the things that are important to us?
I
Like,
think so.
We
He
have
did not
to, I've
plant
said-
Brother from another mother
I've
right
said
here.
this for years. We've got to quit the infighting with all the different groups and organizations, because right now we've got representatives in Washington and in our individual states that are hearing a bunch of barking dogs in a different tone.
Yeah.
But if we sing in harmony of what we want, and if one voice, one message with one goal, they can't get it confused. There is no infighting. We're in harmony. This is what we want. Relegalization of a plant that not only created this country, but is embedded in the very history of this country.
That's right.
It's unfortunate that we are now going broke and it's illegal.
Patrick, thank you so much. I mean, everything you said, I want to write down and use as a tagline in our show. It's wonderful. Unfortunately, we've got to move along a little bit more quickly because you guys gave us 2 passes for all 3 days. He's going to break our entire studio. He's so excited.
Sorry.
Break it down.
I'm sorry,
Sorry.
but what I want to do is we want to have a trivia question.
Excellent.
Somewhere in history of the cannabis hemp plant. I'm not sure what the question is. We may be able to go to break and come back with a question.
I
Sure.
think that's a great idea.
I think we'll
That's
absolutely
all right.
do that.
And then the first ones that send in the right answer.
Okay, so the first person to answer our trivia question will win 2 3-day passes to the film festival, the 16th, 17th, and 18th of April at Castleman's. We're going to take a quick break and thank some of our sponsors, like our friends at the Medical Marijuana of the Rockies in Frisco. Medical Marijuana of the Rockies is your mountain source for meds. Best clones in the state. That would be immature plants in the state because we don't want them to count towards their plant count. Check out mmrockies.com for an ever-changing plant selection and the strains that are available. Open 7 days a week from 10 a.m. to 6:45 p.m. Medical Marijuana of the Rockies is located 1 minute off of I-70 at exit 203 in Frisco. Go to the third stoplight, make a right, then an immediate left into the parking lot of where Carlos Miguel's Mexican Restaurant, where Paul and I will go and have rellenos. It's worth the drive just for the mountains, and the immature plants are a bonus. That's Medical Marijuana of the Rockies, mmrockies.com.
The law offices of Edson, Maiden, and Matz provide criminal defense, medical marijuana defense, and advice about setting up and running medical marijuana centers, optional premises cultivation operations, and infused product manufacturing businesses throughout Colorado. With offices in Denver and Aspen, we can offer assistance throughout the entire state of Colorado. Give us a call at 303-831-8188. That's 303-831-8188. Or visit us online at warrenedson.com.
Are you a runner? Are you a runner who supports marijuana legalization? Run on Grass is a group of athletes actively seeking to change our marijuana laws. We speak the truth about cannabis, bringing the message through our feet to new ears. Check out runongrass.com to find out more about us, our events, and how to join up or how to sponsor a runner. If you're in the Denver area, please join us for runs or start a group in your area. Running not your thing? Any sport can do it on grass. Runongrass.com.
California's Attorney General has determined that the Repeal Cannabis Prohibition Act will save hundreds of millions of dollars from our overburdened justice system while creating hundreds of millions in new tax revenues from new sustainable jobs and industries that are friendly to our environment. But we can't do it without your help. We are seeking your donations to get on the ballot. Please go to repealcannabisprohibition.org to learn more about how you can help. It's time to end the war on cannabis and hemp in California. It's time to end the madness. Paid for by Sensible Californians Incorporated.
Experience the healing power of flowers at the 2011 Best Meds Competition winner in Colorado Springs. Canna Caregivers off North Academy Boulevard and the Canna Center on Power South of Constitution. Call us at 719-597-6685 or 719-597-9333. Mention you heard this ad on Normal Radio and receive half off any CC concentrate purchase.
Sarah's Medicated Teas. With over 50,000 tea bags sold, Sarah's Medicated Teas have quickly become the most popular and most effective way to medicate without smoking. Our tea bags are made with loose leaf tea and fine hash keef. We separate into sativa, indica, hybrid, and kush medicine bases in 1/3 and 1 full gram strength. Our keef infusion process has a consistent measured dose in each bag. Sarah's Medicated Teas come in 20 flavors. Enjoy them hot or over ice. Sarah's medicated teas can be found in 80 MMJ centers across the state of Colorado. Sarah's medicated teas. When you need to medicate, it's tea time.
Welcome back.
Welcome back, Game.
Woohoo! Having a good day. Okay, so everyone, just to follow up with that little teaser about getting a free 3-day pass, we have 2 available, and those are worth, I believe, at least $30 to $40.
They're
correct?
priceless as far as I'm concerned.
Well, priceless and information, knowledge is power. So in order to win these...
Are you trying to compete with Patrick for the best phraseology today?
I don't know. Let's not go there.
Right?
I'll start turning phrases like, that's all I'll have. So if you answer this question correctly and tag iCannabis Radio in a post on our Facebook, that's iCannabis Radio's Facebook page, and you are one of the first 2 to do so and answer it correctly while tagging us, you will win these free passes. So the question is... This is kind of a hard one. I didn't even know this till Patrick pointed it out.
Google.
In what state would you be jailed if you did not grow hemp in the years from 1763 to 1769? So in what state was it illegal to not grow hemp in the years 1763 to 1769? And once again, to win these tickets, you have to answer this question correctly on our Facebook page and also tag iCannabis Radio in your post.
That's a great question.
It's a great question.
Yeah.
I just learned something.
I'll find out the answer on our Facebook page.
Or I'll just tell you.
Yeah,
But you can't win. You're not eligible. Your friends or family.
I've had the tickets in the pocket of my jacket for a month now. No, your friends and family.
Exactly. Everyone in this room cannot
Friends and
answer
family.
the question.
Friends and family.
I revoke my friends and family rights.
Right.
Oh,
I want to win. I got to win.
We'd
like to thank Patrick and Brandon for being here tonight and Greenfaith Ministries. Please, please, please support the Cannabis Revival Film Festival. It is going to be a great event. I mean, you just heard Patrick talk about all the wonderful films that are going to be played, the wonderful guests that are going to be there. So I know I'm not going to miss it. I hope you guys will be there as well.
You better not. It's across the street from where you work.
Right, at MMD of Colorado, which was going to be right next door to
the new Mad Hatter Smoke Shop,
which is a great segue.
Got one winner.
To what
we have a winner?
I don't know if it's the right answer.
Uh-oh.
We have an answer.
Do you want to spell it out for me?
But while they're carefully spelling, we are going to be doing a monthly segment on the first Monday of every month with 2 of my favorite people.
Whoa.
Yeah, they're not here yet. They'll be here soon. Just kidding.
For a second,
I'll
you're
remember
like, really?
that. I'll remember
Paul
that.
and John from Mad Hatter's Smoke Shop will be doing another educational segment on glass.
Dude, your name is Janonymous on the screen.
Nice. How did I do that?
You didn't do it. It was
Chris
done
did.
for you.
Oh, nice.
So, guys, welcome. Thank you so much. We are really happy to have you in the studio.
Great to be here.
And
On a level of 1 to 10, how happy are you?
I can only go to 10?
Well, no.
She's like, I have a higher threshold than 10.
I do. I can be happier than 10.
Georgia goes to 11.
Turn it up to 11. Turn it up. So you guys were just in Las Vegas.
Last week at the American Glass Expo.
Most of that.
Now, I
He does not
understand
remember most of
you
it.
were in Las Vegas because they had a glass show in Las Vegas.
Yeah.
And I understand. I texted Paul at about noon one day, and you were still asleep.
Of course I was still asleep.
At noon.
I was asleep till like 2:30 this afternoon.
Nice to know we take the profession
Good thing I'm a
very
laid-back boss, huh?
Noon.
Yeah.
I'm like, how's John? He's asleep. He's well, thank you. Asleep is what my text return was.
I hadn't got up to laugh at how ridiculous Las Vegas was.
So
I usually wait until about 12:30 to do that.
Oh, okay, so I missed
And I would
it.
open up the big doors at the Hard Rock overlooking the pool and just start laughing at how artificial that
Dude, they
place
start
is.
the techno music booming at the pool at 8 a.m.
Yeah, and it's all bad. Over and over and
Wow.
over and over. It's like, wow, people
Do
listen
you
to
feel
this
it
crap.
like in your belly?
They all live in L.A.
I'm half deaf, so I didn't hear it. It was all
You
him.
like ride the elevator all the way up and all the way down to have quiet time. It's like,
No, because there's always some weirdo getting on and off.
Oh, yeah.
there always is, isn't
It's
there?
usually us, though. Usually we are the weirdos getting on.
You just get on and off the elevator. That's what
You
they
step
do.
in the elevator and then the people move to the back or the other side.
They turn.
And then
it's the
we,
only time
like,
they ever turn
That's
around.
when you
close
know it's
to
you.
'em.
My favorite time to ride the elevator is when I'm really gassy.
I tried to get you to go eat pink taco that
Okay,
night.
I'm
You
gonna
didn't wanna
just
go.
tuck that one away for future reference.
Oh,
and
yeah.
not hop in the elevator with you
Right.
ever.
No.
We'll let you go first.
No, you don't want to let me go first. It's going to still be in there.
Good point. Thank you.
Crop
Lesson learned.
duster.
Lesson learned.
Exactly.
So did you see any amazing, cool, fantastic things in Las Vegas?
Pretty much every room you walk into's got something cool, amazing, and or fantastic.
But we're not going to talk about any of that tonight.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, okay, you're saying room, and I'm like,
Oh, do you not
Where?
know?
No.
Tell me about the show.
Age is set up in a hotel, right? That has a lot of
Right.
external door.
Right.
Yeah, right. Smart ass.
Don't hate the player.
Hate the alcohol she's drinking.
Oh.
Ooh. Makes her
got a
all
point
witty
there.
and whatnot.
I know. I would not be funny.
No, it
if
makes
I
her
didn't have-
think she's witty.
Oh yeah, we laugh along. It's cool. Anyways,
We laugh at you, Georgia.
You guys are my friends.
Yeah.
That's what's so sad about
I
this.
know, that's why you don't hate us for saying ridiculous things.
Right now.
So, it's set up like a really fancy Motel 6 with doors that open to the outside. But each one of the rooms is a suite. So it has like a back room and then a front room with like a couch and all that mess. So every one of these glass blowers who rents one of these rooms sets up, card tables or whatever and displays their products. It allows the buyers to have a direct relationship with the glass blowers as opposed to working through some middleman and or an importer.
Gotcha. So it's more of kind of like an ad hoc convention Motel 6 style.
Exactly.
But it's the coolest
That-
out of
it was
all of them.
just-
It's
like
the
the first-
coolest motel. We're not selling fake perfume here. We're selling the sickest glass on the planet.
It sounds kind of like Fish Show to me.
It's
is what
very
it
much.
sounds like.
It's like
That's
a
what
really
they're into,
organized
so.
fish lot. It's
Okay,
exactly
gotcha.
that.
Really organized?
No, well, 3/4 organized.
Kind
fish
of
lot.
organized.
I would say Fish lot at 3 o'clock day of the show, not Fish lot at like 10 o'clock.
Yeah, not 3
During the
a.m.
show.
3
Ooh,
3 in the
no,
afternoon.
no.
But no, it's all the same as fish lot. There's fist fights. There's deals gone wrong. Somebody falling into something and breaking a bunch of crap. Dogs running around biting people. Bums. Heroin addicts dying behind the dumpster.
It's Vegas.
It's Vegas, baby.
It's Vegas.
All right. What's happens in Vegas?
No, hopefully stays
in
there.
Vegas.
Yeah.
I think
Most
some of
likely
it
'cause you'll
came
forget.
home.
What happens in Vegas gets confiscated at the airport.
So
Or given to the taxi driver.
So before we go
Thanks,
into showing our first pieces, we're going to take a quick break and a break.
Don't say that about glass.
Yeah, I just
Around
realized.
glass.
I'm
Yeah.
so sorry. There's some.
Time out.
We're going to have a
We're gonna
pause.
take a time out.
We're gonna go and talk to our sponsors.
It's an intermediary period in between discussions.
We'll be right back.
I believe that's a segue.
Oh, John.
Sarah's Medicated Teas. With over 50,000 tea bags sold, Sarah's Medicated Teas have quickly become the most popular and most effective way to medicate without smoking. Our tea bags are made with loose leaf tea and fine hash keef. We separate into sativa, indica, hybrid, and kush medicine bases in 1/3 and 1 full gram strength. Our keef infusion process has a consistent measured dose in each bag. Sarah's Medicated Teas come in 20 flavors. Enjoy them hot or over ice. Sarah's Medicated Teas can be found in 80 MMJ centers across the state of Colorado. Sarah's Medicated Teas. When you need to medicate, it's tea time.
Experience the healing power of flowers at the 2011 Best Meds Competition winner in Colorado Springs. Canna Caregivers off North Academy Boulevard and the Canna Center on Power South of Constitution. Call us at 719-597-6685 or 719-597-9333. Mention you heard this ad on normal radio and receive half off any CC concentrate purchase.
The law offices of Edson, Maiden, and Matz provide criminal defense, medical marijuana defense, and advice about setting up and running medical marijuana centers, optional premises cultivation operations, and infused product manufacturing businesses throughout Colorado. With offices in Denver and Aspen, we can offer assistance throughout the entire state of Colorado. Give us a call at 303-831-8188. That's 303-831-8188. Or visit us online at warrenedson.com.
Puff, puff, pass. It's the New Jersey Weed Man, and I'm listening to iCannabis Radio.
Are you a runner? Are you a runner who supports marijuana legalization? Run on Grass is a group of athletes actively seeking to change our marijuana laws. We speak the truth about cannabis, bringing the message through our feet to new ears. Check out runongrass.com to find out more about us, our events, and how to join up or how to sponsor a runner. If you're in the Denver area, please join us for runs or start a group in your area. Running not your thing? Any sport can do it on grass. Runongrass.com.
Are you a medical marijuana patient or interested in finding out how to become one? Contact Mile High Wellness, where your care is our concern. Conveniently located on Hamden and Tamarack in the Whole Foods parking lot behind Proof of the Pudding. Mile High Wellness offers a wide variety of edibles, hashes, and some of Colorado's top strains. Mile High Wellness, where your care is our concern. 3525 South Tamarack, Suite 110, on the corner of Hamden and Tamarack. 720-382-8516. Mile High Wellness, where your care is our concern.
We're back. That was really funny. That was really well done. You're listening to Amy and Georgia on iCannabis Radio with our producer Chris and our friends Paul and John from Mad Hatter Smoke Shop. Where are you guys located?
Right now we're at 6091 West Colfax Avenue in Lakewood. About to have a new location right next door to MMD.
Hey.
Down at 26th and Walnut in downtown Denver.
That would be so fabulous.
Nestled between heaven and another great spot.
And the parking lot.
Between heaven and another great spot.
Castleman's is pretty great.
Is there a strip club over there or something? Like, am I missing something?
It's an underground.
There's me on one side and our parking lot on the other.
No, I was referring to Castleman's. Come on. Damn it.
Damn it. So what did you bring us tonight?
I brought you nothing. But I brought the show some quality pieces from Mike Fro.
He's got a point.
Right, sorry. The show.
Yeah.
We all get it.
Right.
Exactly.
Everyone gets it.
Enough of this me.
I hear you.
It's not all about you, Georgia.
You know what?
Not all the time, anyway.
No, that's okay. It doesn't need to be about me.
Yep. So, what do we bring, Paul? You bought it.
I did buy it.
And it is cool.
Mike Fro makes awesome glass. He's a good buddy of ours. We picked up some new concentrate rigs from him that he had just made specifically for the show. So these are some brand new designs from him. Which one are you starting with?
Oh, I put just a crucible dish.
Oh, there's a little dish in there.
That is so cute.
I know. Isn't it
Yeah, they
neat?
look like little
like mortar and pestle.
Like sake
No,
glasses.
teeny tiny goblets.
There you go.
Yeah, like mini goblets, like a little sake dish.
Gobletinis.
Like Barbie goblets.
Gablitos.
I just had a great idea.
Ooh.
You'd have one of your artists blow like specialty glasses for the show. So when we do drink beverages, we're throwing it back to Mad Hatters.
Yep.
All the time.
That is a
Bling bling with
fantastic idea.
Lil Amy.
I like to custom. I like it custom. Let's just say that. So
with our logo on it.
That'd
our
be
brand
cool.
new logo.
Dude, that'd be.
Yeah.
I freaking love our
High
logo.
fives.
That's
I
what
know.
I'm saying.
Needs
Anyway,
some
it's not about us.
suede.
It's not about us.
It's not. It's
Can I
about
touch
this-
it?
Oh.
Oh, the glass.
I wasn't going to touch that one.
I wouldn't either.
No way.
I'll touch them all.
Anyone else said something like that, yeah, it would have been. Ooh.
So do you want to explain what one does with this?
Puts their concentrates in it and makes them look really, really cool. Or
It's
drinks
like a little dish for your
Or drinks little
concentrate.
tiny beverages.
Do you want to touch it?
Yeah, she does. You want to touch Paul's dish?
Luckily,
I'll give you some gloves.
If this was last week, it'd be a problem, but I'm okay.
We've got gloves. I can get you some chopsticks so you don't really have to touch it.
Dispense. You're dispensing.
Of course.
Oh, Lord.
So that's beautiful.
Yeah, it's a nice little dish. That was the one I handpicked myself out of all the ones he had. This next piece we have in there is a small...
Price?
Price.
I don't know yet.
$780.
Hell no.
No,
This
not
could be
that
had
much.
for way less than
Yeah.
$780.
Like
Your firstborn child.
Literally, like this box of glass
Only if you really
hasn't
didn't
even
want
been
'em.
to the store yet.
Wow, really?
Yeah, like John just went up and picked it up because our good friends in Treehouse had one of the booths there and picked up this glass from Fro while we were there, so I asked them to bring it back to us. So he just went and picked it up today. So
It
hasn't
made
even
it
been in the store
successfully
yet.
through Utah.
It's always a risky one.
Well, what was funny is listening to the people from Pro Talks who rode out there talk about Utah and the checkpoint in Green River on the interstate.
Whoa.
With drug dogs and all sorts of stuff, pulling every single, had different lanes and everybody pulled into, where an officer would stick his head into the window, smell, take a big whiff, and if he suspected something, he would take further action.
Wow.
That, I think, is a Fourth Amendment violation.
I'm
I'm pretty sure that's
kinda-
interstate travel, and that's there's a lot going on that's fishy.
Where was that? That's in Green River, Utah.
As soon as you get across from Colorado, that's like the only town for like 12 billion miles.
Oh yeah, that's where you got to fill up on gas too, so you
Yeah,
don't get
and
stranded.
eat at that crappy Burger King. And
Oh God.
Yeah, exactly.
That crappy Burger King, as if there's one that's...
He's like, I got my VIP Burger King, so
yeah,
don't hate.
Liquid smoke, delicious.
Ooh.
What else you got for us for the show?
For the show,
this is a small all-clear concentrate geared bubbler. It's got a dome going into it, force perk into a small inline in the bottom chamber. It goes up into a rather tall shower head perk up in the top, out to a small mouthpiece. So it's real compact and real small, so it's perfect for your daily concentrate use. And you get double filtration.
It's really pretty too.
Everyone likes double
very
filtration.
it's a very sleek piece.
Don't you,
At least
Amy?
there's a little hesitation now, like before.
Is this funny? That's what he's thinking. Is this funny? Am I going to get my...
Oh no, I'm saying on my behalf.
Oh,
Generally,
right.
generally there's something much more crass that's about to come out, but I'm holding it in, surprisingly.
It's not the
Don't do
John
that
Doe
on our
radio
account.
show where we could just throw the F-bombs.
Yeah.
I
Can we?
love this
I
detail.
don't know. I think we should.
The braided detail right there.
The what detail? The Thunderdome?
Right there.
Is that what this is? I know.
Because I'm
This is an inline.
But look at how it's...
She's saying that she likes that it looks like the glass is braided.
Yeah.
That's
Oh.
what she likes.
It looks braided.
Doesn't it look braided? Never mind.
Like it would have some kind of cross stitch,
Yes, exactly.
which
So
you can only see the effect from the top.
Yeah, it looks like bubbles on the bottom, and then, yeah, it's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful.
Now, is that what they call lab grade glass?
Scientific glass is kind of what it's considered. It's all made out of borosilicate.
So-
Lab grade.
Well, lab grade means, so if you're a science dork like I am, lab grade test tubes versus non-lab grade, there is a significant price difference.
Well, yeah.
Because the quality of glass is
Right.
different.
That's borosilicate tubing, which would be Pyrex tubing. Probably uses Schott. I'm not sure. The Schott's a German brand. Very little glass is manufactured in the United States anymore. It's either coming from China or from here or over in... There's German, Czech glass. There's a lot of Czech glass out there right now. I don't know. Just wherever you can come across it, because there's not nearly as many people manufacturing it as there was in the past. Everything's plastic now.
So when a artist does describe his work as science grade glass,
Who's describing this?
well,
An artist.
or someone, I don't know, in a shop, if someone says this is science grade glass or
Well,
this
they
is
would say it's Siglass usually.
Siglass.
Well, Siglass would be anything that's primarily clear.
so it's more of a differentiation on whether there's color involved
Well,
or not.
colored glass typically costs between, if it's in rod form, between 30 to 50 times more than clear glass.
Wow.
Times. Yeah. So if a pound of clear glass costs you $1, a pound of color at minimum, like if it's seconds or, if you're getting the best deal on earth and it's seconds, you're probably paying $30 a pound.
Wow.
First grade color, like what we've got in the booth right now, that right there is a double layered color, which is an amber purple over a white.
Ah, gotcha.
Ooh.
See this? See the inside of this dish here, Amy? See how it's white on the inside and purple on the outside? Yeah, it's a double dip color, and that's why you get such variations from these dark, dark purples all the way to the yellowish. Yeah, you can see all that. It's just a wide variation in color.
Right.
That is expensive.
So you get what you pay for,
Right.
basically.
The tubing of that, when it first came out, I'm not sure if it's gone down in price anymore, but that tubing was one of Abe's colors from North Star, and it was over $100 a pound for tubing.
Wow.
And there's at least there's at least a half a pound of color just in this without the black, and the black's $60 a pound, and he has to pull it into tubing himself. So there's a whole other step there.
So what did you call it? A double dipped tubing, or what was the term you used?
Yeah, that's one way to describe the technique. It's a crucible dipping process where they'll take a white tube, dip it down into a secondary color, which is the amber purple, which is the which is the trippy striking color.
Mm-hmm.
And when they pull it out, it's this big heavy glob of glass that looks similar to like a vase coming out of a molten crucible. Well, they stretch that down and it thins out into a tubing that can be then manipulated and worked.
Gotcha. So it's like a secondary process that the artists do themselves.
Yes, absolutely.
A few do.
A few.
Yeah, yeah.
The really good ones.
Well, the whole thing with the double dip color, this is only a couple years old.
Oh, really?
Yeah, this did not exist 3 years ago, pretty much.
Wow.
Yeah.
Who was the pioneer? Does anyone claim that, or did it kind of
that-
originate multiple places at
Well,
the
the
same
alien
time?
tech,
The aliens.
Ubatuba was big part of that. Abe Fleischman from North Star is huge. A lot of your head of your West Coast dudes developed a lot of these newer colors. I can't name drop all of them because I wasn't hanging out in the studio with them when they were like, dude, let's try this. That's basically what all these guys are. These are, yeah. I mean, when you see the people who run these big companies, you'd be like, holy shit, you run a company?
I say that every day.
I know. It's like, wow, you look like you still party pretty heavy.
Yeah, because essentially, like how they make a lot of these colors is, like he's mentioned, the crucible, which is a very large vessel
inside a kiln.
Inside a kiln that melts all the color together. And for years, it's just been the color companies that have had this to produce the color and then sell just the rods of color. And over the last few years, more artists who have become more and more successful are able to purchase these themselves and have them in their own studios to where they can just start melting colors together and making their own, which is where you're coming out with all these new crazy colors every day. If you're paying attention to glassblowers on Facebook or glasspipes.org or anything like that, you just see all the craziness that they're getting, the more access the artists themselves get to creating the colors and creating the palettes to pick from.
So exciting. So what are you showing us now?
This is a
pretty
gorgeous piece. It's all in calmo sections, and that's Italian terms. It's basically putting sections together. So when you see somebody who's really good at blowing glass, see how the lines really stack up pretty close together?
Yeah. Nice and even.
Yeah, that's the product of knowing a lot about the medium you're working with. And this one for Fro is nothing like he's capable of. This is like, a pretty average piece for him. Because
that's amazing.
He can build a piece that barely fit on this table if he wanted to.
The guy's an animal.
Where does he work
make
from?
Our logo.
He's out of Massachusetts. He was in California and the West Coast back in the day, but now he's a staple of the Northeast. He's up in, is he in Springfield still? That area, somewhere up in Massachusetts.
I can't remember exactly what town he is, but he's like out in the country now.
It's somewhere in like Western Mass.
How much would a piece like this cost retail?
I have no idea.
This one in particular, with the matching dish, will go for $800 in the store.
Yeah, and
It is stunning.
The dish is groovy.
Okay, this is where I get freaked out when I start touching this stuff.
That's why I'm not going to let you touch it.
Oh, serious?
Shouldn't have said that first.
Come on, John.
Your hands are getting sweaty thinking about
I
it.
am a little bit.
I was going to say, if there's one person who could afford this if they broke it in this room, it's probably you're probably the most likely.
Right, I could sell my car.
Yep.
It's paid for.
There you go.
Exactly.
What kind of car is it again?
It's an $800 Jeep.
$800 Jeep Technique. All right.
Yeah, we basically brought two of the same model. That one's the black and like the amber purple, or I think Fro said it was serendipity. Which
It's
is
serendipity.
You are kidding me right now.
And then we got this one that's
Isn't
black
it
and
look-
blue.
Oh my
gorgeous.
gosh.
So yeah, we've got a black.
Yeah, I mean, once you see it in person, it brings a whole new level to the coolness.
I just want to, instead of marbles, I want a bunch of these.
No, you want
Bunch
some
of little
marbles
dishes.
too.
I do
Yeah,
want
you want
marbles.
marbles too.
I do.
You
Marbles
want,
are
You want
awesome.
Josh Sable marbles and John Kabuki marbles and Ty Meyer marbles.
Oh my
I love
gosh.
those little dishes. They remind me of like little sake glasses or whatever.
Yeah, they do. Sake sets are huge. People go nuts over a nice sake set.
Look at that.
Especially with the ice decanter on the side, so you can drop ice cubes in it. Cowboy was making those for a while.
It's smart.
Yeah.
Next thing will be martini glasses.
What is?
I think they've been done. It's just they don't sell as well because they're
it's
not
a set.
as
It goes
cute
with it.
and
Yeah.
complicated.
Not as cute and complicated.
Yeah.
Oh, that might
Mike's a
be
very
my new
good friend of
tagline
mine.
for myself.
And he is coming to town for the cup.
Cute and complicated.
So I will see if he can bring us some more.
These are amazing. These
The
are just-
colors on this first piece that we saw, it actually looks a lot like Denver sunsets.
Sure
when
does.
you
Oh,
look
yeah.
over the
does,
mountains.
doesn't it?
And
But
captured.
Look how. I mean, there's so many colors, and these lines are perfect.
Lots of dimension and depth.
Yeah, because he spins it so well and gets them all on there
Oh.
perfectly.
Yeah, it's not like he was
and then
doing
you
this,
feel
like,
like
for a
it's
week.
a fairly heavy piece too, and for it to be that weight and made out of solid color,
Oh, they're so
it's
beautiful.
definitely why it gets up into the price point that it does of the $800 retail price tag.
I mean, we got a brand new camera to do this segment thanks to Jason, and so you can see really well what they look like. It doesn't even do it justice. HD cameras don't even do it justice.
Yeah, like
They're so
there's
amazing.
no camera that can truly capture how beautiful glass can be.
Mhm.
I mean, you can get an idea of it, but till you hold it in your hand and see it with the naked eye, nothing compares.
It's amazing. It's amazing, and I'm so excited to work next door to the new store because I'm gonna come and just pet these all the time. So this blue color is amazing. This color blue.
Yeah, it's the color that jumped out at me as soon as because he was bugging me. He was like, come buy some of my glass. I was like, all right, what room are you in? He goes, I don't know yet. And so when I walked in,
better is I don't remember.
No, he wasn't set up yet. He got in late. But this was one when I walked in and he had them all setting up. The blue one, like there were two of them, and like my eyes just went right to them. Just such a bright, vibrant blue with still being such a deep color. And it's another one of those similar to the other that's a color put over the white, so that way it can really give it that thick popping color to it. And it's basically the same model, the exact same price and everything. Just another color, another option. All in Calmo sections going up the stem.
Is this his traditional style, like just the way the proportions are, where you have...
It's really not traditional. None of these are real traditional of him, but that's also kind of the thing that he always does. Like, he's known for his wig wags and that style of reversals and everything. But every once in a
You're going to
while...
have to explain what a wig wag is to someone who doesn't sell glass every day.
You have your Sherlock,
Did you want me
don't
to
you?
explain it?
Oh, Georgia
well,
knows.
it's easy to show.
No.
It goes back and forth.
It goes back.
It wigs,
Yeah, you,
and then
you see
it
the bottom
wags.
of that? See how the colors go back and forth like that?
Oh, okay.
It's a way to manipulate color.
Wait,
that
we're
was
frozen. Hang on.
Don't move it too fast. Slow your roll, Holmes. There we go. So you're looking at banding that's really tight and has a lot of movement.
Pretty much.
When you see it done, it's a lot trippier than you would think because it's there's a lot of process to because like just to do the tube pull is a whole freaking step to get the color to where the pattern's really neat.
Right.
And then once you've got that, you cut it into small sections, stretch those down, cut them up, blow them into a ball, and then you attach different balls to that to make different patterns. Like you can put faces in glass. It's
or our logo.
Or our logo. Seed planted again. Let's see how many times we can reference it.
Huh? Have you seen this logo?
No.
Yeah, when you see it, you'll know why.
But yeah, I mean, like I was saying, his traditional style is the wigwags, and it's always nice to see someone take a new approach and go in a completely different direction, you know, even if for a little bit. I know he's been working on that clear design for a while because he sent me a few pictures through the months, you know, like, hey, here's a new piece I'm working on. What you think, you know, and stuff like that. So it's been really cool to see the progression to end up at the piece when I walk into his room to pick it out of the lineup. You know, it's like, oh, I see where it came from and where it went. But, you know, then to see him do the Encalmo sections, which not a whole lot of people do because it's very hard to get those lines straight and even.
So, I mean, for a piece like the one that's, you know, on the video right now, how many man-hours do you think that takes him?
Him?
He's
like a glass master, and he'll throw it together in very little time.
Well, the thing is the prep work for something like that. He can have the slide whole piece and calmos, pull all the black down, do all that, probably in 5 to 8 hours.
Wow,
so
that's amazing.
That's 5 to 8 sweating your
sweating your face off. The reason I asked is because you gave us a little estimate about how much these color tubes are costing artists. Yeah. So you're looking at a high overhead for them to even start production.
Yeah, this is before they've paid for any gases
or equipment or having
or
shop
electricity,
time.
Running kilns that pull 40 amps.
Right, and if
that's
he's
just one kiln.
It seems like he's a pretty fast artist to be able to finish a piece like that in 8
fastest.
hours.
I've seen him just crush it at like shows. Like he'll be one of the first ones done. Like it's this big.
Yeah, it's twice as big as anyone else's. Like, here, done.
It's like, how the hell did you do that?
That size thing is important to them, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering
Isn't
how
it to you too?
Artists really are generating a lot of revenue off of these pieces, especially the ones that take more time and more skill.
And another thing that a lot of people seem to forget, or I guess don't even think of, is these things break on them when they're making them too.
Right.
You know, so I mean that, like we're saying, the prices of color, you know, going $30, $50, $100 a pound. If you make a big piece and you're
and then make a big
this
boo-boo.
can breaks off and you have to replace all this from here down, who's gonna give you money for that color that you just threw in a water dish and it just goes breaks off?
Yeah. Right.
Oh, that was $70. Oh crap!
Ugh.
Just in glass plus the time he spent.
Yeah, plus
to make it.
the 2 hours and time just to make the bottom of that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I think the customer base needs to understand when artisan craftsmanship goes into it, you can expect a lot of value from it.
Yeah.
But and you said before, I mean, you really do get what you pay for. I mean, that's, you know, you're
well,
talking about.
The thing is the extreme headpieces, they shouldn't be used. These are works of art that are never. I mean, we just saw a glass TIE fighter that was this big. That was like 4 guys.
What?
Yeah, look it up. Glass TIE fighter.
Wow.
Look it up, he says.
Wow.
Yeah.
What do you do with that?
Well, it's a functional
Put your
piece,
weed in
but
it.
Why would you ever want to use it? It's,
you put
there's not one of those in the Smithsonian. They don't have a glass TIE fighter in the Smithsonian.
Yet.
That's kind of silly to me why you would pay that much money for something and not use it.
But why would you spend...
It's like...
Yeah. But it's also similar
There's people
to
that spend
spending
$1
a
million
large amount of
on
money
a Ferrari and
on
it
a
stays parked in the
painting
garage
to
the
just
rest
hang
of
out.
its
I
life.
get it if you're
It's a work of
purchasing
art.
it
It's not
as art.
replaceable.
You know, if you're purchasing it as art and you're going to maintain it
There's only
and
one
love
of them
it
in
as
the
art.
entire world. There's one glass TIE fighter in the world that's 2 feet long and slime green.
Slime green.
Yeah, it's this color green right here and black.
Nice.
It's so trippy.
See, I would want a bunch of these and I would just display them. Because I think that they are maybe one of the coolest things I've ever seen. and I'm going to put
You're
it
really
down
into those
before
little dishes, aren't you?
I love it. I think it's so amazing, and it's just beautiful. And
look how consistent it was. That's pretty good consistency.
oh my
there.
gosh, look at that!
Turn them upside down and put a ping pong ball underneath.
Right? I like this
It's a
green
game
one a
of
lot.
chance.
The opaque.
It's slime.
Yes, slime. I love the slime.
Slime is cool.
That's a great color. It's been really popular lately too.
But this blue, I can see why it really struck you, Paul, because the blue really is.
It's almost like azure blue
Looks
or
like lightning,
a little bit of lapis lazuli.
It is very lapis,
eye-catching.
Mm-hmm. What were some major overarching trends that you saw at the convention?
Concentrate.
Yes, heavily.
Focus
Big
on
focus on the
concentrates.
concentrate pieces.
Wow, really?
Like,
we have people in the store literally every day who have no idea how to utilize any of these pieces.
Well, how good is this going to be opening next to you?
Oh,
just
snap.
send them to us. We'll show them.
Exactly. Well, exactly. I
We'll
mean,
explain it
they just don't
in very vague
understand. And
terms.
so to be able to have something, I mean, maybe they won't start off with something like this.
Unless,
I mean, they're
unless
you know,
one of the
much
girls
less
is working,
expensive
they
ones.
seem to always upsell cool stuff.
Yeah.
It helps.
Right.
It helps. and
Back
the
up,
bigger
buddy.
thing that helps is all the girls that work for us have the product knowledge too.
They do.
Like
They do.
They don't just want to be cool working in a head shop. Like they really care about the products.
It's a
and they
smoke
want to know.
shop.
Yeah. You know, and they want to know everything about it. They want to learn about it and they're into it. So they really pass that energy and that excitement on to the customer when they're showing them the pieces.
That's right.
Well, I don't know. I think what's so intriguing about it is it's a dynamic art form in that you use it, and two, there's almost built-in change. Like obviously after you use a piece and it fills with resin or oils or residue, it changes. And that can be one of the most interesting things to see these like little like iridescent curls come out in the glass or something that you didn't even see the first time you picked it up and stared at it for an hour is there. And that's when I find that in pieces, it just adds this whole other character to it. It evolves, it has personality, and that's why you name them.
Yep.
Thanks.
And then
Thank you, Bob Snodgrass, for inventing fume.
By mistake.
By mistake. Some of the best things are.
I got to shake his hand last week, and it was awesome.
That's very cool.
You created it all.
Okay, well, it looks like we got 2 winners to our contest for the 3-day passes to the Cannabis Revival Film Festival at Castleman's, and those winners are Angel Rossler and
Hemp
Joe
Angel.
Higginbotham. So we're looking at Angel Rossler and Joe Higginbotham. Congratulations, and please go ahead and message us with your contact information so that we can contact you to pick up those tickets.
Yeah, you contact Chris Custer, and he will get your information so we can send you your ticket. Congratulations.
You can either contact me on Facebook where you post all that or chriscuster@gmail.com.
Awesome.
Don't ever steal my microphone again.
He'll be forced to get violent. So is the show that you guys went to a show that you would go back to? Are you going back next year?
He's not. You and me will.
Oh, deal. Okay, right on.
Yeah,
I can get
I'm
wicked
too boring
good
for
deals.
Vegas.
I'm too boring.
Well, the problem is, I get up at 5.
Well, you'll never go to sleep if you're within 3 rooms of him because he snores so loud.
Don't be
and
such
I'm
a
one
pussy.
to I'm one to talk.
So we are going to do this segment monthly. The difference is today was just a teaser. You guys teased us, we teased our listeners, and now
we're all into teasing around here, huh?
there's a lot of teasing around here. But you guys have so many beautiful, wonderful pieces. The next time we do this, it will be after the Cannabis Cup, after your new store has opened. And so there'll be a lot of interesting things to talk about and a lot of great pieces to see. And by that point,
I'm
we
sure
should have
there's some
something.
great stories happening between now and then.
I'm hoping there's no stories. I want 0 stories.
Oh, no.
There will be
There'll
stories.
be
I'm going
Have
to
you not hung out with us
create
enough?
any stories.
I don't. You know what? I don't. I've never had a single story. I don't have stories.
Your
of
stories
her.
are boring.
Right. Exactly. Thank you. Exactly. You guys, thank you so very much for doing this. The pieces are wonderful. Tell us again how people can find your store and get in contact with you guys.
They can call God, and he will tell you where the coolest head shop in America is.
Okay.
Who wants his phone number? I got
So
it.
unless you got a direct line,
It's 702. Oh, that's Vegas. Never mind.
Someone lied to
Did
you.
you see God in Vegas?
What?
Many times.
Yeah. I
You don't
didn't
wanna know
expect
the
him to
things we
gamble
saw.
so much.
Sometimes he was naked.
Twice.
Yep.
Twice.
Yep. He was running.
Making
He was
those happen.
streaking down the hall of the Hard Rock. Thanks.
And size matters.
Oh yeah, it does. No, but information on the store, you can visit us online at madhattersmokeshop.com. We'll be updating the website here regularly. Also announce it on there when the new store opens.
Woohoo!
You can find us on Facebook. Just search Mad Hatter Smoke Shop. You can reach us at the Colfax store right now, 6091 West Colfax Avenue in Lakewood. Phone number is 303-953-7015. The new store on Walnut's at Walnut and 26 next to MMD. We don't have a phone number yet.
Phone number is 1
Phone number is 1 so far.
so far. That's far.
This
must
this
be long
week we'll have
distance.
it.
Like, okay.
Dial 0 and ask for us. One of us will answer.
Or ask for God, who apparently can. Yeah. Thank you guys so much. This is really exciting, and we look forward to having your new store open. And please, folks, go down. Tell these guys that you heard of them on iCannabis Radio. They're really, really nice. I mean, like super nice.
Sometimes.
Just don't mess with them.
It depends if they've eaten recently, whether they're
Or
nice
what they've
not.
eaten.
Oh.
See, that's the good thing, though.
If
I'm
it's
in
a
a bad
Burger King
mood,
day, no.
if I'm in a bad mood, I don't
Did
talk
you
to
say bad
anybody.
nude?
Yes, I did.
You said bad nude. Are
Yes,
you
I
a bad nude?
He's
You
a
wanna-
bad
you
noodle.
really wanna know that?
That's a bad noodle.
Do you really want to know?
No, I think
Do you want to see where the tattoos end?
Or if they do?
so. I think this is a great segue
Chris is saying
into
no
wrapping
more.
up our show.
20 minutes late, but yes.
Oh, yeah, this is my ball game. Come on.
All right, y'all. Thank
Your
you so
team's
much
losing.
for joining us, and we'll get these little antsy pantsies out the door. Tonight's sponsors were Canna Caregivers, Sarah's Teas, Mile High Wellness, Medical Marijuana of the Rockies, No Dough Urban Garden Supply, Edson Mayton and Mats LLP, Medical Marijuana 101, Run on Grass, and please tune in this week for we do have.
Sex Pot Radio tomorrow night.
I wasn't sure.
Sex
I didn't
Pot Radio.
I know it's
That sounds dirty.
With December
girls are
and
sexy
Jenny
and potty.
Kush.
Potty
You're not my
sexy.
friend anymore, Chris.
We also have the Thunderdome on Wednesday and Peace and Love or Jason Love show on Thursday along with Overgrow the Government. So please stay tuned. And if you guys have any amazing, unique show names that you think are apt for Miss Georgia and I, please feel free to put them on our Facebook and tag yourself so we can give you some credit.
Absolutely. And we want to thank
I
all the
got
voters out there. You do? What is it?
It's perfect.
Okay.
Everyone's going to love
I'm
it.
horrified. I'm so horrified.
Dumb and Dumber.
I love it.
Why do we let them in here?
I don't know.
And why are we such good friends with them? That's
I don't
the
know.
thing.
It's the entertainment value.
There's
we
some
bring.
love somewhere. On a very serious note, I want to thank all the people that voted for iCannabis Radio in the Best of Denver and the Westward. We were really proud to get our shout out and our award for the best show to tune in.
And see John's back.
To tune in while tuning out. So thank you to all of you who voted for us, and thank you to the Westward for our shout outs. And we look forward to talking to you next week when we're going to have some High Times Madness in preparation for the Cannabis Cup.
Oh, Lordy. Marijuana madness.
Oh, Lordy.
It's on us.
How are you getting as we get closer to the cup?
Do you see this face?